Good afternoon and welcome, Rough Riders fans, to Carlson Arena at Lafayette YMCA, where your Boulder Hockey Club Rough Riders taking on the Lafayette Locomotives in this matinee matchup between the 12 AA teams. Rough Riders coming off a victory earlier this morning, going up against the NOCO Junior Eagles. Won that one 6-4, 6-3?
6-3.
6-3. So a good victory this morning, but it's going to be a good test here. It's always curious to see how they do in the second game of the day.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. Hopefully that first period blues does not strike them again, but you know the team's got a lot of resilience, just like in the last game, last 3 minutes.
Yep, absolutely. It's I think one of those that we know that we can beat this team. We've done it in the past. Big question of can we beat the goalie? Goalie for the Locomotives is definitely the difference maker for them. And getting anything past them is going to be a big test. But if the Rough Riders can do that, then we like their chances here. So we're ready for the opening draw. Brandon Guyette starting up on front with Josh Ryu and Alex Sosnowski. In the back, Ender Darn and Jack Heaton. Puck comes all the way down to Ryu. Ryu is going to send that around to Heaton. Heaton taking a quick look, one-handed effort there, gets it up, but not quite out. Big collision there as both Heaton and the Locomotives player go flying. Now Doran's going to be the first one over to it. Takes a look, quick cut back. He's got somebody up front. Who's he going to go to? Go off Ryu's stick and on the Guyette. Guyette carries in, gets towards the net, and that will come back around for where Sosnowski's going to reverse back in the corner. Alex buries it down deep. Needs some help. Nice comes pass. Out front. Oh, comes off of Josh's stick, but still under control. He's going to look back, circle a little bit here. Goes down the half wall, and unfortunately that one gets slapped just out of control for Ender. Ender's going to have to circle back up. Comes back into the zone on his own. Comes around, sticks it out wide. Comes back up to the point, but nobody was quite ready for that one as Sosnowski was covering for him, and Heaton was going to the other side. So it's going to come all the way down where Heaton's going to send one up that Locomotive's going to stick on. And watch out as the Locomotives have three guys in on the zone. Ryu gains the red line, sends that down, no icing. Guyette's going to be the first one to it. Guyette gets around, sticked off by the Locomotives. Now out they come. Good angle there by Seeger Gilhooly. His first shift on the ice there, puts pressure on, slows the Locomotives up as they now come in. Little toe drag move there. So Sosnowski sends his man flying, no call. That's going to come back up, and now a whistle here as I think the play is stopped just for the injured player.
Yeah. I don't think a penalty, right? Just for safety.
I didn't see an arm up. I don't think that there's any sort of call there, no. So, yeah, I think it's more a player safety. It's one of those that they kind of collided, and Alex, I think, had just a half second more to prepare for it. So he was a little bit more sturdy on his footing and sent the Locomotives player flying. So here we go with the second line of the day here. We've got Seeger Gilhooly centering a line of Jack Cope and another defenseman coming up, Elijah Gold, as Seeger wins this over to Cope and then takes it himself. He's going to come wide in the Locomotive zone. Sits on the left-hand side, goes for a backhand. It comes off the stick, out of control, and Cope does a good job maintaining control there down in the corner. Only for a moment there as the Locomotives are going to come up with it, and Seeger unable to keep that one into the zone. Sends it on net, but offsides. So a couple lineup shakeups here as we're seeing some of the defensemen move up. Elijah Gold getting a chance to play left wing alongside Seeger and Jack Cope, and Jed Eisenstein coming on back to take his place back on the left D. Draw one by the Locomotives, but Elijah does a good job of putting pressure on it. That one's going to come out just a touch. Eisenstein not able to keep it in, so offsides call, and we'll get another whistle. 12:06 left to go in the first period. Still 0-0 as that draw sits there neutrally for a minute. Seeger wins it back over to Newcamp. Newcamp over to Eisenstein. Back up to Gilhooly. Gilhooly keeps pushing it forward. Now Cope's going to help it out, but the two of them lose control of the touch there. And so it comes all the way back around, and the Locomotives will try to get it out. And great keep there by Eisenstein. Eisenstein's got a chance to move with it. Walks across the blue line. Sends it over to Cope. Cope puts one on net right to the logo. No rebound. As Elijah Gold was coming in there, crashing hard at the net, had the goalie left one open there, had a good chance of finishing it as there was nobody between him and the empty net. But either way, goalie swallows it up, stoppage the play. Now 11:40 left to go in this scoreless first period as the next line out here, Ryu, Reithmiller, and Ing up top with Mum and Reithmiller in the back. Rough Riders playing a little bit shorthanded today as we're missing Brooks Matero. Hopefully he is feeling better. But at this point, we saw earlier the coach is going with two centers, Ryu and Gilhooly. Ryu himself will take that, sends one just low and wide. But a great look as the puck is maintained in the zone by the Rough Riders. Another pass up top. Ooh, had that corner picked, but the goalie sees it, glove down, and we're going to stop to play.
Nice toe drag there.
Good pressure in the Locomotive zone so far from the Rough Riders. Got to like what they're seeing there. It's just a matter of time before we can correct this goalie. Ryu to take this draw. Riethmiller to his right. Lucas Mumm and Rhiannon. Riethmiller in the back. Puck comes up, and a nice keep there by Rhiannon right at the last second. Sends that over to brother Rylan Riethmiller. Henry Ing, he's going to get called for the hook here as he had his stick up, and it looks like it got kind of chicken winged by the Locomotive player right in front of the referee.
Yeah,
so
he grabbed
referee
his stick.
saw that, it's going to call it. And finally we get a whistle here. So number 9 hook is the call, but yeah, I agree, Mike. I think that was one of those, and he got his stick up. The player kind of got it in his armpit.
Oh, he not only did he clamp one wing, he clamped both wings.
Yeah.
There's outside of letting go of your stick.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, that's really the only thing, right? Yeah. You can let go of it and hope that the referee sees that the player is holding it, but oftentimes it's all for naught. So 10:41 left to go in the first period here. Rough Riders find themselves on the penalty kill. Alex Sosnowski is going to take this draw to the right of goalie Ben Collins. Jack Keaton playing in back with Ender Doran. Brendan Guyette taking his opportunities up front, and that puck is won back by the Locomotives. Comes up to the point. They get a shot over, and Ben Collins up to the task. First big save of the game here. Flashes the leather with a glove save. Now we will come back out to his right. A little confusion here as we're trying to figure out who's taking what on the draw. Referee's kicking guys out, and Ender comes away with this one. Tries to slam it around. He finally gets the opportunity to go. He pushes that up to Brandon, but just out of reach. But watch out. Alex Sosnowski's got a chance here. Guyette streaking towards the net. Can he see him? Sends one just wide. And out that one will come onto the half wall. We've got a battle there. Guyette and Sosnowski going after it. Locomotives are going to take it back behind their goal line. Look to regroup here on this power play. Great step up by Ender is going to cause them to force that all the way down. That should be an icing, and it will be. So 56 seconds remain on this power play for the Locomotives, and they ice it all the way down. So that'll take the face-off right back down to the right of their goalie. That top line for the penalty kill of Sosnowski and Guyette with Duran and Heaton in the back will remain out there. 10:06 left to go in the first period. Still a scoreless period. Guyette takes that, but it is won by the Locomotives. Guyette sends his man flying as he wins the puck off that one, so no call. And he will go 1-on-2, and Sosnowski does a good job of putting the pressure on, forcing that puck again back below the goal line for the Locomotives. Guyette not giving the Locomotives an inch. Now he's unfortunately going to get one, as that's one push too many, and so he's going to get called for what I assume is a roughing, but not before the Locomotives get it up out of the zone. So, unfortunately, one of those that I think he was kind of towing the line with the physicality there. And when he was winning the puck, it wasn't a problem. And that last one, he didn't come out with the puck, and he essentially used that free hand to throw his man against the boards. They got him with the rough call there. So, 25 seconds remains on the original penalty, so we'll get 25 seconds of 5-on-3 for the Locomotives. Elijah Gold's going to take this one. David Newcamp in the back. And helping out up top is Jed Eisenstein. Eisenstein does a great job of battling. Continues to use that muscle. He pushes that up and up. Sorry, folks, lost the microphone there. So will continue to battle as this is now a 5-on-4 power play for the Locomotives, but only for a moment, as unfortunately Jet got a little over aggressive with the push there, and they're going to get him for a cross check.
It's a party in the box.
Indeed. It's like a popular place to be here. As now Jet will find his way there for another 51 seconds of 5-on-3 for the Locomotives. This time it'll be Elijah Gold, Xavier Newcamp, and Jack Cope try to kill this one off. Puck moved over. One-timer coming and tipped in. That was a fantastic set play from the Locomotives. Hard to do anything about that when you're 5-on-3. One-timer from the point right onto the stick of the bumper in front and tipped right past goalie Ben Collins. He had less than a half second to react to that, and it went down the back of the net. So, unfortunately, penalties kind of doing the Rough Riders in early here as they find themselves in a 1-0 hole.
Yeah, just got to try to stay out of the box now.
Draw is taken by Seeger Gilhooly. Locomotives push that in. Lucas Mum gives chase. He's battling for it there in the corner. Continues to battle for it. Rhiannon's going to be the first one to it for the Rough Riders. She chips that up and just off the stick of the Locomotives player. So they will send that back up. Gilhooly gets to it first, though. Now he comes in wide. He's got Cope with him. He's going to take a low-angle shot from outside the dot. Glove down by the Locomotives goalie. We're going to stoppage of play. 1:01 left to go in the period in the penalty to Eisenstein. The other penalty negated by the goal. So a 5-on-4 power play for the Locomotives with 8:26 left to go in the first period. Rough Riders find themselves down 1-0. Gilhooly to take this draw off to the left of the Locomotives goalie. He wins that into the corner. He's going to battle for it down there. Aim to kill some time. Jack Cope battling for it. He loses an edge as he pushes off. And now all of a sudden here come the Locomotives. They come in 3-on-2. Rhiannon does a good job of forcing the puck into the corner, though. Now watch out. Battle up front. And Rhiannon's going to come out with it clean. Nice work, Rhiannon. She chips that up. Nobody there, though, for the Rough Riders. And so it sits there for a minute and finally sticked out of the air by Seeger. And here comes Seeger and Jack Cope. Jack Cope gets that poked off his stick. Seeger's there to back him up, though. And so he's going to push that all the way back up to Rhiannon at the point. Rhiannon going to go for the shot, sends it over to Seeger. Seeger then aims for the rip off somebody's ankle there and comes over into the corner. Lucas Mum now working it down low. He's going to send that thing all the way back up to Rhiannon. 10 to go left in the penalty here. Rhiannon sends a shot on, but seemed to lose a little bit of control of it. Seeger does a great job coming over the top and keeping that puck in. Now Rhiannon's trying to push it back into the zone. Seeger comes away with it for a half second. Battling on the half wall there. Now it comes out. Henry Ing has a chance and loses a blade there as he comes up. And watch out. And unfortunately, Seeger completely out of gas. He pretty much killed that entire penalty. But here we go. Lucas Mum's got a chance. He comes in all alone, pokes at it, and no goal. Where did that puck go? Looks like the puck went wide and the net came off, so the whistle was blown. But a great attempt there from Lucas Mum as he was able to catch the Locomotives on a change and a great look. Come in there, tried to go far side on the backhand, then come back over the forehand, but just couldn't tuck it back in and knock the post off. And stoppage of play we have. Face off now, won by the Locomotives. Now they come. Watch out. Great chase by Henry Ing. He's going to trip everybody up. Jack Heaton's going to be the first one to it. He's got a player draped on him, though. He tries to move it and didn't get a chance to. And now that one comes back out. And the Locomotives maintain control. But it's off a skate of Ryu. Ryu's going to push it up. Another body flying here. And Ryu finds that one back on his stick from Heaton. Ryu over to Henry Ing. Henry Ing's got a chance for a look. He sends a puck in low off the pads, kicks over, but nobody there. So it bounces over to the corner where Ryland's going to battle for it on the half wall. They go 2-on-3, 3-on-3, and Ryland's going to get a chance to keep that in the zone. Fancy move there by the Locomotives. Sends it out, but again off of Ryu's stick. And now he comes in. Little toe drag move there. He's got a chance to make a move once more. This time he loses control, and the Locomotives are going to push it to the corner. Ryu and Henry Ing battling for it along there. Ryland now gets a chance to keep that in. He slows it down. More half-wall battle ensues, but this time the Locomotives come out with it. And nice slow up there by Heaton. He's going to come get that stick off the puck, and now that one comes up from Durand over to Reithmiller. Reithmiller slows up, sends one across. Puck comes off the net and back in the back of the net. Josh Ryu buries a second chance goal. It's a great effort there all the way around from the defenseman to tag team that puck, make sure it gets out. Doran sends that all the way up to Reithmiller. Reithmiller works it down, sends it across low off the pad of the Locomotive goalie, and after one attempt stopped, Ryu bangs the second one in home. We've got a 1-1 game, 5:40 left to go in the first period. 1-1, Rough Riders, Locomotives. Seeger Gilhooly takes this draw, tied up in the middle. So Snowski had it for a second, and now it comes away over to Heaton. Heaton sends it around to deep partner Doran. Doran's got a man up. Opts to send it across over to, well, would have been Sosnowski, but we have an offside call as that one was held up just a little bit by the Locomotives. Fresh deep pairing comes on. Eisenstein and Newcamp to replace Heaton and Doran. Gilhooly, Guyette, and Sosnowski up top. Puck one back over. Eisenstein's got Guyette. He gets him in there clean with speed. Guyette's got a low angle shot. He's going to send that right into the gut of the Locomotives goalie. Stoppage of play. 5:20 left to go. 1-1. Tie game. Good effort, good pace here so far from the Rough Riders. Let's say if they can stay out of the box, shouldn't be an issue, but penalties so far today have been a big problem for the Rough Riders. This one comes down in the corner, and now Seeger's going to get to it. He's going to reverse, goes to spin, playing it from his knees, sends a huge pass across that comes over to Guyette.
Yeah.
We get a whistle. I'm not sure for what. I don't see a hand signal anywhere, but it looks like the net might be come off.
Yeah, it goes off.
A great look from Seeger from his knees, had Guyette on the back post, and as he went to play that, Locomotive's player slides into him, causes the both of them to slide to the goalie and subsequently the net. So a stoppage of play. Seeger getting a little bit fancy there as he had the puck on edge, almost tried to go for a quasi-Michigan there, but that one's going to come up. Eisenstein's got a chance to send it towards the net. He does, just wide. Locomotives are going to get to it first. Great work by Sosnowski. Gloves come flying off. Now Newcamp tries to pinch on that one. He had Seeger there, so it was a good read. Now that one's going to come back out. Guyette's got a chance to come in and get a shot. He's going to come in, rip it low, and bury it. Low right side. A goal from Brandon Guyette. 4:41 left to go in this first period. Great work, great pressure from the Rough Riders. Gets rewarded here.
That was a great no-look pass. He knew that Brandon was all the way there by himself on the weak side. Just tossed it out there.
Yep, Rough Riders have shown us when they move that puck, they have a solid chance of scoring just about any time. Ryu now to take this center ice draw after the goal. Back over to Rhiannon. Rhiannon sends that up to Elijah Gold. Elijah's going to slam that thing all the way down. No icing. Comes around. Jack Cope and Josh Ryu will be the first ones to it. Comes off the half wall. Elijah ties his man up, keeps the puck in. But only for a second as the Locomotives are the next ones to get a stick on it. Lucas Mumm, nice pinch there as he knew he had Ryu back. Ryu keeps slamming that thing forward and finally gets a chance to push it over. Now he comes in, walking down the middle, but sticks all over him, and so it goes over to Elijah. Elijah loses it for a second, now comes back on the blade of Ryu. Ryu working for it, pushing for it. Referee lost sight of it, thought the goalie had it covered. The goalie comes up pushing, as I think he's a little bit tired of getting run into. 4:04 left to go in the first period. Now 2-1 lead. Rough Riders up on the Locomotives here. Goalie change. Braden Smith in net. Josh Ryu still centering Jack Cope and Elijah Gold. For those of you just joining us, we are missing Brooks Patero today. Brooks, if you're watching, hope you're feeling better. Hopefully we'll get you back tomorrow. But the coach is rotating through two centers, so it's basically been Ryu and Gilhooly centering three sets of wings. Rhiannon gets the opportunity to push that up to Elijah. Elijah's got it under control. A little confusion there between Elijah and Ryu. Ryu able to control it down on his own. Nice little reversal there. He's got opportunities. He's going to pin it up against the boards, aim for help. Finally gets it. Comes over to Cope. Cope rips a low angle shot off the side of the net. Now Ryu's going to battle for it again. He comes out wide, looking for it, and
people in
sends a
front.
shot right into the logo for the Locomotives goalie. Stoppage of play. 3:32 left to go in this 2-1 game for the Rough Riders. Or I should say 3:32 left to go in this first period of the game for the Rough Riders. New line out there with Seeger Gilhooly. Wins that back. Heaton's got it on the point. Sends it back over into the skates. And now Heaton's got a chance. He's going to come down and shoot. Comes right into the glove of this Locomotive goalie. We know goaltending is a strong suit for this Locomotives team. We've been able to beat them twice, but it is definitely making it easier for them as we continue to shoot it right into the heart. Seeger's going to take this draw again. This time it's controlled by the Locomotives. They come out with speed. Great stick by Doran to send that thing right back up, slow things down through the neutral zone. Now Seeger's going to get a chance to make a move around one man. Move around two men, but the third man was too many. As sticks are flying, bodies are flying. Watch out. Got people going all over the place. Henry Ing now controls it, and Seeger's going to come in, just rip a shot again right into the center of the goalie, but the rebound kicks out this time. And what is... Oh, hey, so Henry Ing throwing the body around here, and he's got a chip on his shoulder as he threw a hard check into a Locomotives player. Reef Miller throwing his body around. Now Reef Miller and Heaton battling for it. Gilhooly, third man in. Puck pinned against the wall here. They're working for it, battling. Locomotives are going to have it for a second, but then, yep, they will end up coming out with it. Oh, more bodies flying. Locomotives now controlling it. Watch out. They get up to the point. One move around. Shot's going to come on, but it's well read by Heaton. Sticked out of side, and Seeger's going to push that up and out of the zone. Tired legs here for the Rough Riders on their second game of the day as Heaton goes to get body position, but misses the puck. Henry again throwing that big body around. Not going to let anybody have anything. He sends that dangerously towards the front of the net, but Seeger reads it well, chips that thing up and out. Rough Riders able to get it changed, but watch out. Here come the Locomotives. Jed Eisenstein does a good job of coming over, puts a stick on it, and sends that thing out wide. And Guyette's going to be the first one to it. Guyette up to Reef Miller. Reef Miller kicks it out of the zone, but Locomotive's able to recover. This one comes back over on the Doran's stick. Locomotive's changing, though, so we got a chance. So Snowski's going for it, and he got a stick lifted right as he was going to catch that puck. So the Locomotives have it, but a great effort from Ryu there pushes that thing forward. Unfortunately, right back into control. And here comes a hard shot off the blocker. Smith able to stick that up over the net. Locomotive still there. Another good stick work there from the Rough Riders. Ryu now sees his man Guyette. He's got it. Sends it out in front of him. Guyette's going to come in with speed. Nice. Gets around one stick. Comes in. He's got an opportunity to cut across. Does so, but chips it high over the crossbar. Nothing going as that puck now bounces up over the half wall. Locomotives doing everything they can to push it out, and they do. They're going to come in 1-on-2 as they've got some tired legs themselves, and they're going to work that in. Soft backhand into the corner, and Eisenstein's going to have a chance to take a look. Fresh legs coming on for the Locomotives, but a backhand pass up to Ryu. Ryu's going to take that in, have a chance to shoot. Instead, reverses, catches his toe on the boards there, and goes down. And so the Locomotives are able to now come out with speed. Comes off the stick, and Xavier Newcamp slows it up from coming into the zone. Guyette does a good job of bodying his man, so Snowski throws that body around. Ryu's going to come into the zone on the right-hand side. Ryu dances around one, moves it over to Newcamp. Newcamp loses it a touch there, and it's going to come deep. Locomotives are going to get to it, and they will ship it out. Great second effort there from Jack Hope. Slows them down, and now Gilhooly is going to work his way through. A few bodies here as the final seconds tick down in the first period. He sends that thing deep, and that'll do it for one period here. The Lafayette YMCA as the Rough Riders lead the Lafayette Locomotives 2-1 after one period. Up easy, though. Now he pins it up against the half wall, waiting for help. Gets it from Ender. Ender sends that thing around. His stick gets tied up, and he will come in and break the ribs of the Locomotive player, which will then be a roughing call. So it seemed like Ender didn't like that the kid basically, I think he had his stick up in his face.
Oh, really? I didn't see that
yeah,
part.
It looked to me like Ender was tied up. You could see his hands up, like trying to get out of the stick of the other player. And once he got his hands free, he basically turned around and said, "Oh, if you're going to do that to me, well, taste the boards." And it was a good shoulder-to-shoulder hit. It'll be great next year, but this year it's going to be a minute 30 penalty. The Rough Riders will once again find themselves on the penalty kill.
I think we may have a 2 and 10 coming up.
So we should be back on with the sound now. Hopefully you can hear us now as we are got a 2 and 10 on that one. So I guess they're going to hit him with the intent to injure, and Ender will sit. Can't quite see who the other person is in the box there. I don't know, Mike, can you tell?
I think Jack is. Heaton.
Who was it?
Jack Heaton's in there.
So penalty kill for the Rough Riders. They push that thing out. Locomotives have to regroup, and they'll send that thing deep. Eisenstein battling for it there. 2-on-1. That thing's going to come up. Locomotive still controlling it. They get another shot. Blocked once by Guyette, second time by another Locomotives player. This one comes all the way up, but Sosnowski had a body on him, wasn't able to control it. Locomotive sent it back deep, and that's going to be up to Ben Collins. Says, Brandon, get it yourself. He does. Guyette gets it over to the corner. Eisenstein now helping him out. Locomotives come up with it. They kick it up to the point. Bouncing puck is still controlled then back to the half wall by the Locomotives. Eisenstein on top of him. They leave it there. Eisenstein almost able to poke it out, but instead a shot comes on. Ben Collins up to the task. And that one now is going to come all the way back out of the zone. So Snowski giving chase. And Locomotives are going to have to regroup. Locomotives send that thing deep. Guyette's going to have a chance to get up there and move as the Locomotives are changing. Sends up to Sosnowski, but off the backhand, Sosnowski unable to control it. He continues to work hard for it, loses an edge though. And the Locomotives come all the way down below their goal line, and they'll come out. Watch out, 4-on-3 here. We've got 7 seconds left to go in the penalty to Doran, served by Jack Heaton. Sosnowski's on his skates, and here comes 5-on-5. Gilhooly comes out to replace Jack Heaton out of the box, and he will slow down things. Now, great stick there. Jack Cope's got a chance. He's got Gilhooly in front. Goes for the shot. Gilhooly tied up by the Locomotives defender, unable to get anything off clean, so he sent the backhand over there, and now that's going to come out. Great pressure from Eisenstein. He's going to push that back to where Newcamp can get it. Ben Collins will push it down in the corner. Locomotives first to get to it, but a good stick by Newcamp. Negates any sort of pass that was coming out. In battle for along the half wall once again. Gilhooly still battling for it there. Comes onto the stick of Newcamp. Newcamp sends it over to Jack Cope. Jack Cope's got a chance to go. They go 2-on-2. Works his way into the middle. Turns into a 2-on-1. Rips it right into the blocker of the Locomotives goalie. So kicks down into the corner. Great pressure there. Gilhooly rips it onto the stick of Gold. Gold's got a chance to make a move. Spins it back over to Gilhooly, but wasn't able to get a shot off. Pushes back up the point. Newcamp's got a chance for a shot. Comes all the way through bodies and over to the side. Eisenstein now has it for a second, but loses it. Swinging poke check by both Gilhooly and Cope there. Finally forces that puck back to where Jed Eisenstein can get it. Newcamp takes a look. He's got Gilhooly up top. Gilhooly works his way in. He's going to rip a shot, but a little late there as the Locomotives able to get a stick on it. The bodies go flying. Now work back up to the point. Newcamp just a little bit outside the zone as he was pressured by a Locomotives player, had to draw that back in to get enough power to send it low, and in doing so brought it just outside of the zone. 9:04 left to go in the second period. 2-1 Rough Riders. Rough Riders in black going right-ish to left-ish, if you will, from our vantage point here. Locomotives in their yellow and red jerseys. 5-on-5 hockey, something we haven't got to watch too much of today with the amount of penalties that we've had back and forth. Ender Doran's still in the box. He's got about 7 minutes left to serve on his 2-10. And so, once again, the Rough Riders are going to have to work through the adversity of not having many bodies out there. Henry Ing sends that thing over to Ryland. Ryland, though, had it in his skates and had a hard time collecting. Lucas Mumm, though, pushes over to where Henry Ing can get to it. He's going to work it down in the corner, and Ryu's now going to be the first one to it for the Rough Riders. Ryu battling through a couple sticks and a hook. You work it down there in the corner. Here comes Henry Ing. Henry Ing gets pinned up against the boards. Now Ryu goes to work for it and sticks on it from the Locomotives. But flips back to the side. More half-wall battle there. Locomotives come out with it. Great work there from Lucas Mumm to force that puck all the way over to the half wall. Lafayette unable to get anything going. They continue to control, though. Push it back up the point. Here comes a shot that's stripped down by Ryu. Another shot into the glove of goalie Ben Collins. Up to the task once again. As we get a line change here, the draw will come out to his left. Flurry of action so far in the second period, but nothing to show for it either direction. Now Seeger Gilhooly will center the line pairing of Guyette and Sosnowski with Heaton and Eisenstein in the back. Ender Doran still serving the rest of his penalty here. That one comes out. Guyette comes out with speed. He's got Sosnowski with it. Goes 2-on-2. Goes for the toe drag. Well read by the Locomotives player. Now here comes a shot from Eisenstein on a rolling puck. Didn't get all of it. And so out come the Locomotives. And Heaton will have to give chase. Forces that puck all the way down around. Here comes Eisenstein going up against one Locomotives player, two Locomotives player. Doesn't matter. The Rough Riders are going to come out with it. Here comes Guyette. He's got speed. He's got Gilhooly with it. He's going to rip a shot off the thigh of the Locomotives player, and Gilhooly's going to be the first one to it. Puck sits there for a minute. That thing's lost in the netting. So we'll get a stoppage of play. 7:32 left to go. Second period. Still 2-1 Rough Riders. Draw will come off to the right of the Locomotive goalie. Gilhooly will take it. Centering the wing pairing of Guyette and Sosnowski. Lucas Mumm, Xavier Newcamp in the back. Gilhooly to take it. Links back over to Mumm. Mumm fakes the pass across for a second. Gets it down to where Guyette and Gilhooly can battle for it. Comes off the stick. Watch out. Comes through one man, two man. Goes for the between the leg shot. But that guy's draped all over him, so had nothing going. And now up to Newcamp. Newcamp off of Sosnowski's skate. Gilhooly still battling for it there low. Gets pushed off the puck with nobody to support him. And there comes the support from Sosnowski. And again, great back check presence right in front of the net. And the Locomotives are finally just going to have to push that out to where Lucas Mumm can then take control of it. And he sends that over just out of the reach of Xavier Newcamp. Xavier going to come in. He ends the room line. Gets up where Gilhooly can control it. Gilhooly sends it backhand up and not out. Locomotives push for it and finally able to then send it up again. Locomotives look like they're getting a little bit tired here and see if the Rough Riders can collapse on them and take advantage. That one comes over. Newcamp loses it right onto the stick of Sosnowski. He hits the post and it kicks out. Great work because that lower left-hand side is open for the Rough Riders, but just hit the post. Now that one works all the way back up. Newcamp's going to give it a rip. Comes off of the glove of the Locomotives goalie. Sosnowski battling for it there. Sends it down into the corner, and Guyette's going to get a chance to get to it there. Puts it back in. Back to where Gilhooly can get it. He's going to send it across. Rips a shot into the ankle of the Locomotives player. And out they come for a second. But another great keep by Lucas Mumm. Works there to keep that puck in. And we've got some bodies tangled up in front of the Rough Riders bench here as everybody's going for a change. But now out comes Ryu. Way too many men and an offside call, but let's see if the referees catch it.
No, I don't think they did, thank goodness.
Let's see. Rough Riders had 6 men out there for a solid 20 seconds. And
the guy that was offsides was with 6 men.
Happened right in front of the referee. Referee standing right in front of the bench. But I guess we'll take that one. So finally a penalty call goes in the direction of the Rough Riders in the sense that we didn't get one, which could have been an obvious one. Now Gold works it down into the corner here, gets some support from Jack Pope, but Locomotives continue to battle for it, and they'll push it out. Sticked out and up now onto the stick of Gold. He works it out over to Rhiannon. Rhiannon sends up to Jack Cope off of a couple sticks. Ryu
Nice
lost it. Great keep by Cope. Works it over to the corner where Rhiannon's got it. Calling for a shot, and right into the glove it goes. The call was there as Gold was sneaking down behind, and it was a good look there, but unfortunately shot just gets swallowed up by the glove of the Locomotive's goalie. So no rebound, no goal. Ryu now centering this line pairing of Gold and Cope, battling for it there. Continues to battle for it. Locomotives continue to kind of struggle to find it, and Cope now has a chance to push it into the corner. He does. Ryu pins it there for a second. Cope trying to get it, but his stick got a little bit caught up there. And so now from the Locomotives, they've got speed. Rhiannon can do a good job of working her man.
Too low, Elijah.
Shot comes low angle down the goal line. Braden Smith all over that one. He's going to swallow it up. First action I think he's seen this period, so he'll take advantage of touching the puck. Smother that one and bring the draw out to his left. 4:51 left to go in the second period. 2-1 Rough Riders. Fresh legs coming out for the Rough Riders here as Gilhooly will center the line of Henry Ing and Rylan Reithmiller. Heaton and Newcamp in the back. 46 seconds left to go on the penalty Duran. So the next whistle, theoretically, he should come out. Puck comes down in the corner from the Locomotives. Heaton's going to get to it, but he's got guys all over him. Good body position there. Prevents the Locomotives player from getting it, but it still sits there. Now Newcamp's going to have to do the same thing in his corner. He continues to go for it. Locomotives player loses his edge, but no penalty. Now that one's going to come all the way across. Watch out. Henry Ing coming down on the side. Sends over Heaton. Heaton goes for it. That one's loose. He saw Henry Ing down there low again. Maybe one too many passes. That time probably should have shot. And now Gilhooly works for it low. Henry Ing goes for the wraparound goal, and it's tipped in. Oh, an own goal there from the Locomotives. Great work from Henry Ing, though, to battle. Sends that thing across the crease. And literally, as the Locomotives player was looking to block that pass coming across back to where Seeger was, just tips that thing right in. So a 3-1 lead for the Rough Riders here. 4:10 left to go in the second period. That line will stay out there and continue to battle. Gilhooly wins it forward, and now Reithmiller had it for a second, but off of his stick comes out. Great body position by Gilhooly there. He's able to win there and send it up to Henry Ing. Henry Ing's got Reithmiller. Reithmiller's going to rip one.
Good shot.
Low on the glove side, pushes into the corner. Henry Ing's going to go after it. Gilhooly works it out, goes behind his back, comes around, sends a backhand there. Henry Ing almost got another one, got tripped up and lands on top of the goalie. The whistle there as the goalie was pinned down. I think the refs were just calling a safety whistle there to try to hold things up. I don't think there was any sort of issue or penalty.
No, I mean, he was trying to go for the shot, and I think he got hit indicated.
Yeah, I don't think there was any ill intent there, and I think, I guess if anything, they're to say goalie interference maybe. Refs to be explaining this one. They didn't seem too concerned about it. I don't think that face-off is going. Lucas, Mom, Rhiannon, and Reithmiller in the back. You'll need that. All right, so here we go. Draw coming off to the right of the Locomotive goalie was flattened by Henry Ing, but a simple Safety whistle there, so nothing worrying about there. But that puck sits at the dot for a minute. Locomotives are going to push it up, not out. So Snowski continuing to work for it. Great little move there by the Locomotives. Pushes it down into their zone. Works back to the middle, and another shot faced by Braden Smith. This time glove to side. And another shot comes back his direction. Using that glove again is Braden Smith. Watch out as the wraparound try sits there. And I'm assuming we got a net off as Braden came across and pushed off that post. I think as he did that, pushed the post off its quote-unquote mooring, if you will. It's a little bit loose there. Seems like that net's come off 3 or 4 times so far this game. Now 3:14 left to go in the second period. Still 3-1 Rough Riders lead. Line change here is now Gilhooly will come out centering the wing pairing of Gold and Cope. Eisenstein and Newcamp in the back. Puck one up by the Locomotives up to the point. Now worked along to the half wall. Shot comes through, but off the body. Sits there loose. Braden Smith pounces on it as the rebound sat there. Whistle comes. His body's piling up, but Braden had it under control the whole time. Nothing to worry about. So after not seeing a whole lot of action in the first half of this period, Braden Smith has definitely seen a lot in the last few minutes. That's 4 saves in the last minute 30 that he's had to make. That one's going to come up and not out. This one bodied down by Cope. And Gold over there continues to work it, but Locomotive's working that point. Sends another shot through. That one's off the shaft of a Locomotive player into the corner. Dangerously tried to play out towards the pass there. It was missed and right to the middle. Locomotives work that puck down low, and Newcamp able to tip it up but not out. Once again, points are open, and chips into the corner again after a blocked shot by Gilhooly. Puck now battling again in the corner. Cope has a chance to get it up and out. He puts a backhand over into the well-gloved down of a spinning Elijah Gold. Moves it over the corner. Gilhooly goes between the legs but right into a stick, and great back check pressure there from Gold keeps it in. Onto the stick of Eisenstein. Eisenstein pushes to where Gilhooly can trap it against the boards until they get onside, but the Locomotive is able to push that down. Great body work by Eisenstein now. Maintain control. Pushes it up to Gilhooly. Gilhooly slaps it up to Cope. Now Cope's got a chance. He's going to try to work it back across the net. Has it all the way across, but unable to elevate that puck over the glove. And the Locomotives are able to get to it now. They push up. Locomotives coming out. Feeling the pressure from Seeger Gilhooly as he's bearing down on him. Sends it over. And now Cope's got another chance. He sends it off the pad. Rebound kicks out in the corner where Gold's going to have to work for it. Gold going 1-on-3. Trying to stick in his way out of a phone booth. Greeted by the fourth player there, and they finally push him in the corner where Cope's going to work for it.
Now
he sends it up the point. Shot comes over to Ryu. Ryu's got a chance to rip it. Just wide. Cope's going to have to come up there and get it again. Locomotives work it that back down. Little reversal there. They continue to push up, and Newcamp pinching there, had the puck chipped around him. Eisenstein's going to have to come all the way back and collect. He does. Regroup behind the net.
Good cut.
Comes up with a little bit of speed. This one up to Cope again. Cope's got another chance to come in and get a shot on. He pushes wide, looking for his man. Goes to send it across, but just ahead of where Elijah Gold was. Elijah goes to work for it. Nice diving effort to keep that puck in. Ryu dancing around men. He's going to stand up and shoot. Low left-hand side, unable to get it there. Locomotives send it up and finally out, but right onto the stick of Eisenstein. Henry tangled up there, and a low angle shot blocked into the corner from Eisenstein again. Newcamp sends that one in the corner. Puck laying there. Watch out. That puck came off of something and kicked out hard. I'm not sure if that was Braden Smith or what. But puck center now. Kicked back over to the corner. Henry blocks it for a second. Here comes a shot from the point. A great block from Newcamp. Pushes up. Ryu's running out of time. He gets up and nothing going. But that'll do it for the second period. 3-1 lead for your Boulder Hockey Club Rough Riders over the Lafayette Locomotives. Here we go to start the third period. Seeger Gilhooly going to take this draw, centering the wing pairing of Sosnowski and Cope. Guyette's in the back. Again, he'll win that over to Ryu. So it's like another line shuffle for the third period from the Rough Riders coaches. Locomotives will take that, and they're going to control back behind, go for a breakout from their own goal line. They do so, pushes up one pass to the next, but bodies colliding through the middle, and Rough Riders able to slow it up enough that that's an offside. A little frustration from the Locomotives player there. So he rips that puck into the boards, but no call. So a 3-1 lead for the Rough Riders as we start off this third period. Same line remains out there. So this draw will come just outside the neutral zone. Cope over to Guyette. Guyette to Sosnowski. They gain the line. Sosnowski looks to push it across. Two men there, and a great rip from Gilhooly. Controlled for a brief second, but then kicked out to the side. Unfortunately, right under where Locomotives can push it out and up. Ryu's going to jump on top of it. He comes through, sends it over to Sosnowski as he loses control. Sosnowski's going to put that thing deep. Cope's going to be the next one to battle for it. Locomotives push it up, get an unfriendly bounce off the glass, and now Ryu's going to come out with it. He's got a chance for a low angle shot, rips that thing high over the crossbar. Not out. Great keep from Guyette. He's going to work the edges down low, works on the half wall. Great reversal there over to Cope. Cope's got a chance to rip it. Just a bit of the leather from the Locomotives goalie. Kicks that thing out wide into the corner. Otherwise, Cope had that thing read, signed, and delivered. No goal, though, from the Rough Riders. Guyette's going to work another one back up to Ryu. Here comes the one-timer. Just off the heel of the stick. And that one is going to find the back of the net as Guyette picks up that loose, call it a rebound off of the one-timer that Gilhooly ripped off of a shin of the, or a skate of the Locomotive player. Guyette finds it, works his way around to the top of the dot, and again finds that lower right-hand corner of this Locomotive's goalie for a fourth goal for the Rough Riders here. 12:31 left to go in the game. 4-1 Rough Riders. So again, a little mix-up on the lines here now. Ender Doran up with Jack Heaton. And Eisenstein is going to gain the line. Eisenstein now playing up in the left wing. Sends it up to where Rhiannon going to rip a one-timer. And goalie just sees it. As Heaton was there for the screen, but not quite in front. Goalie was still able to track a piece of that one-timer from Rhiannon at the top. So now defensive bearings, Gold and Reithmiller in the back. Comes over to Reithmiller, over to Gold. Gold has it there, but loses it for a second. Gets bodied and finally gets some support from Heaton. Puck stays in the zone. Pushing it down the half wall of the Rough Riders, but they've got Locomotives all over. Now Doran's going to be the first one to get, or sorry, Gold's going to be the first one to get to it. Loses it a touch in the seam of the boards. But pushes it towards the middle, and Eisenstein flips a backhand up. Now up to the point. Rhiannon's going to work it down low. Leaves it for Eisenstein. He's got a second to turn and collect. He's going to push that in, comes off of the skate. Now Heaton's got it down low. Heaton working for it. Fans on the pass. It comes right back up. Who can get to it first? It's going to be the Locomotives. Nice stick from Elijah. Push that puck all the way down in the corner. And Doran's going to get to it first, but one-handed effort isn't going to be enough to get it. So Eisenstein's going to work it. He pushes up to Heaton. Heaton unable to get inside. The Locomotives player beats it to him. Here comes Rhiannon. Rhiannon circles around behind her net. Finally gets a chance to breathe. Sends that up to Doran. Doran's going to send that up and over. He's got nice Eisenstein up, but just out of reach. And that'll be an icing here. 11:05 left to go in the third period. 4-1 Rough Riders. Icing's going to send that draw all the way back down to the goalie, or to the left of goalie Ben Collins, in for the first half of this third period. Some good looks there as the line shuffle continues. And we're going to see now what appears to be Lucas Mumm centering a line of what appears to be Ing and Reithmiller. So that wing pairing stays the same. Shot ripped off the ankle at Newcamp. tough kid, doesn't have to worry about it. He keeps skating. And now Mum's going to send that thing up to Henry Ing, but Henry turning around, lost it a little bit.
Oh,
And he sends it up. Kept in for a moment by the Rough Riders. Ryu waiting until that thing's back on side, and he's going to body it in. Locomotive's players flying. Henry Ing up to Newcamp. Newcamp's going to walk the line. He's got a chance for a shot. Sends it in off the glove of the Locomotive's goalie. Ryu now to collect. He's going to work his way through one man, two man, back up to Newcamp. Newcamp sends it back over to Reith Miller. Reith Miller's going to rip that thing low where he's got numbers. Henry Ing's going to get to it first. Tries to chip it up to Lucas Mumm. The Locomotives read it, and well kept by Reith Miller. Back over to Lucas Mumm. Lucas Mumm back over to Ryu. Ryu tries to work it there. Steers it into the corner instead. He's going to go on his back end there, getting hooked a little bit. He's going to ignore that. He's just going to continue to push. Decides enough is enough. I'm going to wait until we can regroup a touch here. Now he leaves it over to Ryland. Ryland sends a quick pass off the stick of Newcamp. And now Ryland's going to try to push forward. Some tired bodies out there for the Rough Riders, so Locomotive's able to take advantage. They come in. Great stick from Lucas Mumm. Sends that thing in the corner. Henry Ing's going to continue to battle for it. Henry pushing for it. Locomotives come out with it. Locomotives now getting the change. Ryu and Ing. Ryu chips it up to Ing. Ing trying to work it all the way around, but very tired Rough Riders need some fresh legs out. Here they come. Gilhooly, Golden, Guyette on. Henry Ing still battling down there. Ryland still on as well. Good keep by Gold and Ing as they combine to keep that puck just inside the blue line. Another half-wall battle in front of the benches. Seeger using the body, gets around one guy, second guy not so much. And he'll battle 1-on-2 and have a hard time doing so. Locomotives will come away with it. Locomotives come across. The players flattened as Seeger was working for it. He's going to end up having it on his stick. He's going to shoot and score. There's a no goal waving from the referee. I'm not sure why exactly it would be no goal, other than there was some sort of intent to blow the whistle, but
the whistle malfunctioned.
Yeah, to my knowledge, the intent to blow the whistle only exists in the NHL. Either way, as I saw the play,
if the player is down, the rule used to be it's until the Locos would have touched the play would die. But they have now been, for player safety, blowing the play dead, which I could have understood because that's how they had been doing it before, but not in this particular situation, or at least maybe there was a whistle malfunction and that's what he's saying, like, hey, I meant to do it, but I forgot to, or the whistle didn't work.
That's the only thing that I can assume, but the way they're having the conversation with the Locomotives coaches, I don't know. I get the feeling this one could end up being a good goal. We'll see what they say. Regardless, the way I saw the play, it looked like that puck kind of sat there in the middle of Gilhooly trying to come across to get that puck.
Oh, yeah, his intent was to get the puck, not the player.
And he essentially did. I mean, because he was the one that ended up coming up with the puck anyway.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the size difference there led to the Locomotives player definitely getting flattened. No penalty. Otherwise, I mean, we would have definitely seen an arm up or something along those lines. Although, we did see some pretty late whistles earlier this morning. Maybe we're in the same sort of situation. So getting the explanation from the referees here. Looks as though they're going to get a no goal called here, which is a bummer for Seeger's stat line. I don't know if it's going to have any outcome or any effect on the ultimate outcome of the game, but regardless, some definite confusion here. A little bit younger referee staff too, so seem to have a few errant whistles. A lot of engagement, a lot of conversation and speculation. We have no idea what's going on.
Judging by the body language, it seems that they want to call it no goal.
And judging from the hand signals, I have no idea.
Oh, they're going to call a penalty now.
It's like they are going to decide to call a penalty. What that penalty is, I have no idea. It's like they're going to get him with a check. So, unfortunately, the size difference will have an impact on this game. And Seeger Gilhooly will sit down minute 30 for a check on what we had assumed had otherwise been a clean play. So no goal, 4-1 lead for the Rough Riders remains, but now a minute 30 penalty to kill. And watch out. That one is going to get sticked aside by goalie Ben Collins here. Rough Riders seemingly a little bit flat-footed as maybe that momentum kind of killed off a little bit, but not for Elijah Gold, as now he's going to come into his own. Works around one-man, two-man, but loses his edge, and now Jack Cope's going to pick up the slack. It's going to come up to Guyette. Guyette's got an opportunity to maintain the zone. Cuts around one, two-man, then sends it low to Cope. Cope's got another chance. Can he send it forward? He does, but the rebound stays there, and now the Locomotives come in. Brandon Guyette's all over him, and a great back check from Gold sends that puck up to the Locomotives player, and they send it right back down on the stick of Elijah. Elijah turns, pivots, works it back down low. Sends it up dangerous to Guyette. Guyette has a chance now to send that thing up and out of the zone. Where Sosnowski waiting for it, pins his man long enough that the Locomotives are changing, and Gold's going to have a chance to regroup. He sends a backhand up. Could have been a high stick by either team. Wasn't. Locomotive sent a shot. Thank goodness Guyette did not get a glove on that one. Otherwise, it could have had another situation where it was tipped down. Great work by Sosnowski to separate the man from the puck. Gold, tired legs, is just going to send that thing down and say, yep, let's ice it. It's a good kill so far. There's only 4 seconds remain on the Gilhooly penalty. But otherwise, a lot of time spent down in the Locomotive zone. As our final goalie switch of the afternoon will occur, Braden Smith comes back in net. And 4 seconds remain on this penalty to Gilhooly. Still 4-1 lead for the Rough Riders. 7:17 left to go in this third period as Doran will take the draw to the right of goalie Braden Smith. Won by the Locomotives. They continue to push. Rhiannon does a great job of tying up. And Eisenstein wins it up over to Gilhooly. Gilhooly to Ryu. Great body sliding play from the Locomotives. Works that thing into the corner, and now Rhiannon's going to have to work it down to where Seeger comes. Great stick to hold it there, but now it finally comes out, and Rough Riders left to regroup through the neutral zone. Gilhooly's got ahead of steam. He comes around one guy. Got to go for a shot. A little off balance, though. It kicks out wide, and now around. Duran's going to be the first one to it. Comes over onto the side. Nice work by Ryu, but he ultimately will lose the battle. Ryu's got a chance to send it up to Reith Miller. Reith Miller working it across. Now sends it back down low over to the half wall to Ryu. Ryu's just going to pin it there and wait for Hope. A little bit of help. Thought he was going to get some from Gilhooly, but Gilhooly needed a change. So puck stays there. Rough Riders able to change. Heaton on for Gilhooly. And the puck remains over on the half wall. Now comes out, and Doran's going to keep it in. Works it over to Heaton. Heaton is going to keep it against that same half wall. Seems to be a favorite spot for these teams. Puck stays in the zone. Almost. Rhiannon's going to win it back over to Doran. Doran's got a chance to send it up. Goes over to Ryu. Ryu makes a move through the legs of one man. Now he's going to get the zone for a second and come back out. Now he wins that thing over to Eisenstein. Eisenstein's got a chance for it. He sends it back over to Ryu. Clapped off at his stick, and the Locomotives send it back. Reith Miller over to Heaton. Heaton's going to spin, try to go up zone or up ice. Sends it over to where Eisenstein was, but Eisenstein was going the wrong direction for it. So that puck comes behind him. Shot ripped off of Reith Miller's wrist. She appears to be okay. And now Heaton's going to send that up over to Eisenstein. Eisenstein going to get the red line, chip it up to Doran. Doran's going to slap that thing in the zone, and Heaton's going to be the first one to it, or closest one to it, I should say, for the Rough Riders. But the Rough Riders looking like they're in the last 5 minutes of the third period of the second game of the day. Some very tired legs. Braden Smith sends that thing up, but right back onto a stick. Doran now keeps it. Doran tries to get it up. chips that up. Eisenstein chips it up and out, and Rough Riders should be going for a change here, but they don't. Instead, over to Heaton. Heaton loses it. Guyette chips it around to his own man. Now here comes Eisenstein. Eisenstein over to Guyette. Guyette can use some help from some center drive. It's not going to get it, and he puts that thing off the pads. Here come the Locomotives. Henry Ing going to continue to work his man out, but that one probably should be a trip. It's not going to be. Newcamp, instead, we'll say does a great job of winning that puck over to Ing. Ing up to Reithmiller. Reithmiller just out of reach for him. So now he battles for it along our favorite half wall there against the Locomotives bench. Comes out to where Reithmiller can get it. He's going to rip a shot. I think that one came off the handle of the stick for the goalie. No goal. Comes out and wide. Locomotives are going to go for it. Goes to reverse it right back into traffic. And now Henry Ing's got a chance to get it out. Henry Ing is going to put that thing up off the wall up to Newcamp. Newcamp's got a window. Rips a shot in. Bounces around. Loose puck. Still down there. Still rolling around. Locomotives come out with it. They're going to go to clear it, but Reithmiller does a great job of keeping it in. Slaps it up to Henry Ing. No goal. No goal. What should have? It looked like it was in. I don't know. The only thing I can assume,
he caught that behind the line, right?
I mean, I thought he got it on the inside there. He must say that goalie maintained enough toe lock to keep it in. Now the ref's deciding. We'll see. Maybe they'll decide to give this one to us. Nope. Instead, we're just going to get another explanation. So amidst all the confusion there, we finally get some level of resolution. That resolution will once again be a penalty to the Boulder Rough Riders. The 5-minute bench minor. After coaches didn't like the explanation, the referees didn't like their response. So here we go. Rough Riders are going to be on the penalty kill for the remainder of this game. No icing here. The Locomotives are going to have to come all the way back down. Henry Ing laying the lumber, puts his man into the boards behind the goal line. Locomotives trying to make something of this, as this game is not over. It's still a 3-goal lead for the Rough Riders, but with 3:06 left to play, anything can happen. An icing call will be that thing that happens. And 3:05 now left to go in the game. 4-1 Rough Riders. Draw will come all the way down. Rough Riders will find themselves playing with 4 men for the remainder, I guess 4 or less men, the way today's been going, for the remainder of this game. Gilhooly will take the draw. Ryu to his right. It's like Gold and Sosnowski up there as well. Gilhooly continuing to battle for it in our favorite half wall. And I don't think anybody can see where that puck is over there. And that one's going to come out, and well, frankly, should have been an offside call. It wasn't. It sits there. Now Reed's got a chance to come through it. He does a toe drag move, pushes it around, and he's going to come in. Oh. And that one's offsides. Fancy how that works. And I should have opened my mouth because here we go. Here's another penalty against the Rough Riders for a shot that came in just as late as the shot against the Locomotives player. And here we go, 5-on-3. All right, so in the midst of all of this, somehow we've got a 5-on-3, but the Locomotives also have a player in the box. It does not appear to be matching yet, but the referees, as we've said a few times now, referees, much like the players and the announcers, are amateurs. This crew in particular appears to be on the younger side, so maybe catching a little bit of the season referee blues.
I'm going to mute this until they can figure out what's going on.
So after much confusion, many conversations, what we'll end up with is some 4-on-4 hockey now. Or sorry, 5-on-4 hockey. The Locomotives are going to come down. Let's go Braden. Braden taking essentially a 3-on-0. And they score. A lot of confusion here. I think the ref's still trying to get a grasp on this game, but nonetheless, from our vantage point here, we can see that puck was definitely in. So a little bit of a confusion here from the Rough Riders leads to a 3-on-0, essentially, for the Locomotives. That will do it for the penalty, but it will make it a 4-2 game. So 4-2 here, but back to 5-on-5 hockey for the final 2:26 left to go in this game. Andrew Doran's going to take it. Puck sits at neutral ice, continues to slap it ahead. Ryu now going to battle through two guys. Comes in with his own speed. Works his way around one man. Went for that backhand pass and instead greeted by some Locomotives players so it doesn't go out. Doran, great keep there. Play. He's got a chance to send it out. It does. Goalie never even saw it where it came so wide that he didn't move. And it's slapped out by the Locomotives. Locomotives pushing up. Jack Cope not giving him an inch. And now they finally come in. Gold's going to be the first one to it. Fights his way through one stick. Locomotives not really pushing a whole lot. And Now Gold comes out with it. Goes for a big toe drag, and now he's going to come all the way down. 37 seconds left to play. Gold pushing it onto the back end, goes for the between-the-legs shot, and kicks over onto the sidewall. Doran, another great keep, sends that puck low. Goalie just gets down enough to cover it. Locomotives play it out in the corner. Cope giving chase. Locomotives try to work it up. So Snowski never quits. Big engine time. Let's go. Works it around over the back end. Cope pushes it off. Another chance at it. So Snowski's going to come out with it, centers it, but a Locomotive stick is waiting for it. Then they come out of the zone. Now Locomotives push it in. It wasn't offsides, but was missed. Instead, comes onto the stick of Cope. Cope's got a chance to rip it, but Locomotive player gets a stick on it here as we're down to the final minute of play. And that puck is worked up to Gold. Gold's going to rip it into the glove of the Locomotives goalie. So 45.6 seconds left to go in a 4-2 game. I can only assume. Scoreboard still says 4-1, but assume that we're working on getting that figured out too. Draw will come down here to the left of the Locomotives goalie. Fresh legs come out. Eisenstein will center this one. Pairing of Heaton and Ing up top. Reese Miller, Guyette in the back. Draw is won by Eisenstein, and puck is pushed over where Ing's going to trap in the corner. Heaton goes to play it up, but Locomotives read it well. It comes all the way out. Guyette's got it. He's going to chip up to where Henry Ing's waiting for it. Henry goes for the toe drag move. Nothing going. Locomotives are now going to come out of it. And Rhiannon's going to have to come back and regroup here. 21 seconds left to play. Rhiannon sends that thing up to Eisenstein. Eisenstein over to Heaton. Heaton through the neutral zone. Comes off of his stick, and Guyette's going to push it up. Guyette now gets some speed with 10 seconds left. Kicks it wide. Going to get a chance for a backhand shot that Locomotives get their sticks on it. Ing works it down. 3, 2, 1 will do it. And that's the end of the game here. Charleston Arena at the Lafayette YMCA, your final score, 4-2 Rough Riders as they get out of the second game of the day with another W. And we'll see you here tomorrow afternoon back at the Sports Stable where the Rough Riders will be taking on the Colorado College Tigers at 1:55 p.m. We'll see you then.